A lot has happened. I got my IFBB Pro card. Assistance goes in and I look like the Incredible Hulk. And I'm like, what the fuck? My stomach was ballooned. Best posing award. I'm here to win. Period.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I say that we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.
We gonna run this town.
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my name is Mia Unwanna. I'm an IFBB Wellness Pro from the UK, but previously you guys will have known me as Mia Blair. So that is a whole another story, which we will get into. But first, can we just take a second to recognize how I made that intro? IFBB Wellness Pro. I finally did it. So anyone who is an OG to this channel will have known that I started this channel to document my bodybuilding journey many moons ago so that I could look back and see every stage of the process, from doing my first show to achieving my pro card one day and eventually that Olympia qualification. And now it just feels more real than ever, but I've got a lot to update you on. Okay, so a lot has happened. I didn't post a video for the whole of 2023 and it was my favorite competing year ever. Like, I loved everything about last year. I started with a new coach. Me and Josh get on like a house on fire, and sometimes when you part ways with a coach, it's not even anything to do with you as an athlete, them as a coach, but sometimes in the same way people aren't compatible in relationships, sometimes coach and client relationships just aren't compatible, and that is absolutely fine. But sometimes it does just take a few goes to find your person. And I feel like in Josh as a coach, I found my person. The progress I made from 2022 to 2023 was ridiculous. Like, I'll put some comparisons on the screen. I grew through that prep. It was a longer prep, but I almost did a prep and an off season in one because I recomped for the majority of it, which is crazy. And it was because my cardio was low and my food was only low at the very end, but my cardio was never high. So I was able to go into the gym and do my weight sessions with intensity and train hard. And it honestly made the most difference because every session before that, in 2022 and 2021 and 2020, when I prepped through lockdown, I was fucked. I could not go in. I could put all my might into those sessions, but my might was just not mighty enough, unfortunately. And yeah, I think that was honestly the big difference maker for me. And now I know that that works for me going forward. But what is the way to make sure that that can happen every time? Don't get fat in the off season. And that is something that, I mean, I've definitely teetered on the edge of like a little bit too much. Like, there's definitely some unnecessary body fat there. But I look at that extra body fat and I'm like, do you know what? I went to the cinema with Joe. We went on an all-inclusive holiday for 2 weeks to Mexico, got engaged. This literally means so much that's happened. I've got so much to go over. But yeah. So that body fat is still nowhere near where it was like when I actually signed up with Josh. And I've clearly grown muscle through this like mini improvement phase because so right now I weighed in this morning, even though I've just come on cycle, at 59.6. Now when I started with Josh, I was 59.9 and I was literally a melted candle. Then I took these in the gym and you can literally see my tie-ins through my shorts in the gym, which is crazy to me. Like, you can see hamstring, like there's a quads, like everything seems to be there. And my feedback from last year was that I needed to basically, like, me and Josh decided that I needed to really make the front match the back. I needed, obviously, and then going off the feedback from the judges as well, was I needed to downsize my shoulders. What kind of happens with me is as soon as any assistance goes in, I do hold quite a bit more fullness, and my upper body seems to take the brunt of it in a weird way. Like the amount that my upper body tissue kind of volumizes when even I only use a very small amount of assistance, and it's only ever at the very end of a prep. And yeah, it really makes a big difference to it. So every single year I've gone into it thinking, okay, I've downsized my shoulders, I've downsized my shoulders, I've downsized my shoulders. And then I get to the end of a prep, the body fat's gone, everything's more round and poppy. And then the assistance goes in and I look like the Incredible Hulk. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so all that tissue that I think I've lost, I've clearly not. So I have now, from getting that feedback in August after the British finals, I stopped training upper body altogether. So I'm like, the only actually kind of resistance that this upper body gets is helping my lower to lift the weights. Now, if that's enough to actually retain that tissue, then I give up because I don't know what else to do. But yeah, we took upper out altogether, and like I said, I'm really responsive. So you know, all I would have to do to, if I like lost a lot of muscle, is to just pump up backstage. I haven't pumped up my upper body backstage since 2021, and I need to be absolutely shredded. We did different peaking protocols through last year. You know, we tried different things in terms of like the food that went in and how we did things, until we finally found what worked best, which was actually just do 0 carb straight into the show. For some reason, as soon as I have any carbs, I do gain more fullness, but it's not worth the amount of water that I hold, and it could literally be a small amount of carbs, and where it holds, like my tines will still be sharp, everything's sharp, everywhere's like really lean, got detail, and it goes straight to my midsection. All the water just holds in my midsection, which, you know, if the body fat wasn't there, that wouldn't happen. But even when there's a little body fat there, it holds a lot of water. Like, I couldn't believe the detail that I could see, and then I would wake up after having like the little bit of carbs in, and I'd be like, what the actual fuck? It looks like I've gone and had a feast, and really I've just had a little bit of carbs with every meal. I'm talking like a bagel, 50 grams of core twice, like stuff like that. It's not like I've gone overboard, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was it's definitely been a whole year of just learning my body and how it responds and what's best for me, whereas I'd never like experimented with anything like that before. So that I also loved that Josh really took the time to like say, okay, let's do this. That didn't really go 100%, let's do this, and so on and so forth. So I was absolutely buzzing with that, and I'm so glad that I got to learn those things about myself and about my body. But yeah, so in terms of last year, obviously I will upload the videos. I'm just gonna kind of pile them into 2 videos in terms of the show days. But yeah, I competed in the UK, obviously. I competed in 3 feds, but overall I went to Spain to compete for the first time, and I won the European Championships, but didn't get my pro card. And then that Spain grind was intense. Like, prepping in 30-degree heat is no joke, guys. It is no joke. I must have lost about 1 kilo just walking in sweat, just trying to get from destination to destination. It is no joke. But honestly, like, actually prepping out there is so sick, because I don't know, it's just a completely different experience. It's like, to me, that's the perfect holiday, going away and doing what I love in terms of bodybuilding, in terms of like prepping and getting in shape for a show. Like, I don't know, it was different. It was different. I just loved it. But yeah, so I went to Spain, won the Europeans, came home. I did the British finals and I won that. Did the PCA finals and got my PCA Pro card. Europeans, which was in the UK for NFM, and I won that. I won the Pro Show. I won the Best Posing Award, which I was fucking buzzing about, because I think, I guess the YouTube circle wouldn't even know this, but anyone who's watching this that has come over from Instagram would definitely know that posing is my absolute life. I love it. a form of expression, and oh God, you can really like pull an audience in with posing, like precision, with like the intricacy of it, like the finer details that go into it that people wouldn't have even looked at it and think that much detail goes into it and that much thought's gone into it, and the way that you can manipulate poses and certain movements to create distraction while you're kind of flowing from one move to the next, or drawing attention away from your weaknesses and highlighting your strengths. And it's such an art, and I'm obsessed with it in every single way. And then I went over to Denmark and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it one last shot. I'm just gonna give it one last shot, see how I get on, and then I'll call it a day for the season. And I went over there. That's a whole YouTube video for you, but I got my IFBB Pro card. I was sat backstage and I was nervous, but I'd never felt that at peace. And it was almost like, I don't know if I'm at peace or I'm very ill, because I got so ill before that show. I was on antibiotics, my stomach was ballooned. I'll put that on the screen as well. That was like literally 2 days out. I was not in a good way. I had an ear infection, and I just had a tooth taken out as well. I was just like, fuck me, I literally can't go. But anyway, we got it done, and I got my pro card, and I cried for weeks afterwards. Like, I literally, every time I thought about it, burst into tears. It's just the craziest feeling in the entire world, to want something so badly and then finally achieve it. Like, you can't even perceive how that feels when you've worked for it for that amount of time. Like, some people will literally do a qualifier, do their regional, do the qualifier, get the pro card, and like even Winter got her Olympia qualification, which is so crazy to do in that first run, and it's an unbelievable achievement. Like, it's not many people on this planet will ever achieve that, so it's so amazing. But at the same time, I could never change this journey, because I've been stood at the side of that stage and I've heard that knockback so many times, like someone else's name, someone else's number. Because 9 times out of 10, I win my class, and then it comes down to the overall, and I just miss out, and I miss out, and I miss out, and I miss out. And so going through all of those knockbacks to finally achieve it, for me, makes it feel so much more. It makes me appreciate it so much. If I'd have got it in that first show, in that first year in 2021, it wouldn't mean even nearly as much as it means right now. So I'm so grateful for how it happened. And the one thing that I do have now, because of all those knockbacks, is so much stage time, so much stage experience, and it means that I'm confident that I'm gonna be giving one of the best presentations on the day in any respective pro show. I'm so confident of that. I'm gonna make sure that I'm never outposed, ever. So yeah, you know when you just feel like you were built for something, you were put on this earth to do this one thing. That's how I feel. I don't know, like, this sport will, everyone's genetic makeup will cap you at a certain point in this sport, and only the very, very minority are going to make it to the very top. And I'm yet to see anything of my structure, shape, ability to build muscle, natural rhythm, which helps me to pose well, that has given me that cap yet. I don't see anything that's stopping me from achieving everything that I want to achieve within the sport, and that is to be the best. That's what I really want. That's what I want out of this. I'm not doing it to be good. I'm not doing it to be forgotten. I'm doing it to make history and to be the very best that I can be every single time I step on that stage. Another part of the whole thing that's so surreal for me is, and I posted about this on Instagram not long ago, my first aspiration in life in general was to be an Olympian. And when I got past school, I was like, okay, that dream is obviously dead. I'm gonna have to think of something else to do. And as soon as I came across bodybuilding, I was like, oh my god, this is it. I can finally do something physical, because this is what I was literally put on this earth to do. And then when I saw the kind of progression that you could go through, I was like, that is for me. Like, I need this in my life. Like, it gives me purpose and it gives me something to work towards every single day, which I can't think of anything else you get that from. And to now be able to live my Olympia dream like I always wanted, but in a completely different aspect, is crazy, but also so amazing. And it's okay to be an amateur and be like, I want to be an Olympian, I want to be one of the best one day, but until you actually get that pro card, who's taking you seriously? Now I've got a pro card, and I'm about to do my pro debut at the end of this year, and I'm that one step closer, and it just feels crazy to me. So yeah, I've never been so excited for anything in my entire life. And the beauty of it is, I used to love everything about bodybuilding right up until show day, and even though I loved presenting my physique on stage, the anxiety always won and it always took over for me. Whereas, because it was the fear of the result, I was so scared to not win, when I feel like I've got a chance of winning, that it would just cripple me. So for my first show, I was like, do you know what? All I want is to just do my posing routine perfectly. If I do my posing routine perfectly, I'll walk out of that venue with a smile on my face. I did that, and I'd never seen myself look like that on stage before, in terms of like the fullness, the ratios. I realized at that point how much muscle I'd actually put on. So I was like, I didn't know I looked like that. I was so happy that coming second, which was basically us, there's only 2 of us in the class. I think there's only 3 wellness athletes that whole day. It just didn't even matter. And then when I got to Spain, I'm like, I'm in Spain. This is a really fucking hard show to win. I just want to pose well. That all got fucked up. I didn't pose well at all. I did outside, just not on stage. Brilliant. But then I won anyway, so I still left with a smile on my face. So yeah, it's this year anyway, what I'm getting to is that I don't feel that pressure. I know there's no expectation. No one is expecting me to do really well. No one's expecting me to win anyway. So I'm just like, I can literally rock up, underdog, no one expecting nothing, and just enjoy my time. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't plan for it to be like that forever. At some point, I'm going to be walking into a show and I'm like, I'm here to win. Period. But yeah, it's going to be good. You actually made it this far with my rambling. Thank you. So I'm going to be uploading everything in like 2 videos, and then we will get stuck in with the physique updates, the plans for this year. So I'm going to tell you what shows I'm doing, why I've planned to do those shows. I'm going to keep you guys updated week to week, whether it be bi-weekly videos or weekly videos, but I definitely won't leave it longer than that. Like I said, at the moment I'm on a little bit of a pre-prep diet. I don't know if I did say that actually, but I'm on a pre-prep diet, and then yeah, I'll be prepping for the end of the year for my pro debut, baby. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys so informed. You're gonna be sick of me. And quickly before I leave you, so if you are a wellness athlete, either aspiring or in your 1st or 3rd year of competing, you're looking to take your physique to the next level and be the best that you possibly can be on stage, and you're looking to be coached by me, click the link in the description box below and you'll be able to inquire there. And same for posing and presentation. If you just want to work with me on a one-to-one basis on posing, and you are a bikini or wellness competitor competing in any federation, you can also click the link in the description box below and you'll be able to inquire to pose with me there. But thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy the vlogs to come, the show days, and obviously the pro debut prep series. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Please comment, share, like, subscribe being the main one, and I will see you guys in the next one.